Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back, guys. I missed you guys. It's been like a whole 2 weeks, and a lot has happened in 2 weeks, let me tell you guys. But thank you guys so much for being here today. For those of you are new to my channel, my name is Jackie Gonzalez. I am a travel advisor for Expedia Cruises. And welcome into my channel. If you guys have been here for the longest, welcome back, guys. We are the Team Travel Adventurers. So oh my God, it's just Tuesday. It is 7 p.m. How many of you guys are ready for the show? We are going to be talking about two giants today. Same company, two different ships that I tried back to back. One of them is Utopia of the Seas, and the other one, it is Star of the Seas. I got off one ship, and 3 days later, I got on the other. Even though that I have been on both ships 2 times, we're going to talk about the differences, what I found to be different in one, which one is better than the other in different things, and what is coming new to Royal Caribbean. So with that being said, guys, just sit tight. Are you watching me on the TV, or are you watching me on a mobile device? Let me know. Also, I would like to know, when is your next trip, what ship, and where are you guys going? In this instance, thank you guys so much, whoever is coming into the show and do not comment. Thank you guys for showing up and giving that thumbs up. Donnell and Miss Jen, thank you so much for being here with us today. And I know it's been 2 weeks. I just put in that I was coming in and doing the show a little later today than usual. I usually do like a couple of days before to let everybody know that I was here. But you know what? We are here right now. And that's what matters. So thank you guys so much for being here. The mustard roast, Mr. Scott, thank you. Too big. Oasis is my cutoff. Let me tell you, I had a great time. I love my Oasis class, but I'm starting to enjoy the Icon class as well. I'm going to tell you the reasons why. We went on Utopia of the Seas on May 29. It was like a 3-day weekend. So we left on a Friday. We got back on a Monday. And then Sunday of that same week, I jumped in on Star and was there for 7 days. For those of you that might not know anything about Utopia, that ship, it does a 3 and a 4 day. It goes to Nassau, Bahamas and Perfect Day on a 3-day. And then the 4th day, it goes to Nassau, Perfect Day, and it has a sea day. Now on Star of the Seas, it's a little different because that one can go Eastern and Western. So if you go Eastern, you're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico, Perfect Day, St. Martin or St. Thomas on the Eastern part of it, or even St. Kitts sometimes. And then on the Western part, we went to Perfect Day, Cozumel, Mexico, Costa Maya, and Roatan. And it was great. Both ships have a lot of great amenities on them, different things to do, different experiences. So I wanted to do this show because I'm freshly off of these ships, and it has been a while since I was actually on them. So it was very nice to go and check them out and have an amazing time on both ships. And one thing, I don't know if Royal Caribbean watches any of my shows, but shout out to Bing Bong. He is the cruise director for Utopia of the Seas, and he was my first cruise director on Enchantment of the Seas when my daughter Geraldine was 15 years old. That was my first cruise that I've ever taken. And I wonder that time, back in the time, like, why did I not been cruising for a while? This is great. And that's where, thanks to Geraldine, my daughter, that's where all my cruising stuff started, because I really love going cruising. And I've started cruising ever since then. So I have a little bit of information about both of the ships. Well, obviously, you guys know that both ships are massive ships. Where there is Utopia, which is an Oasis class ship, and Star of the Seas, which is an Icon class. They offer completely different vacation experiences. The Utopia is more of a party-focused, short weekend getaway type of ship, while the Star is an expensive week-long family resort packed with newest innovations. And let me tell you, they have a lot of innovations on Star of the Seas. And once we talk about Utopia and Star, then I'm going to give you a little bit of information on Legends that is coming up, and then Heroes. But I just wanted to give you some kind of like key differences of my experience on both of these ships. So on my notes that I took, I put vibes on my notes. And while Utopia of the Seas is kind of like tailored primarily for 3 and 4 night weekend cruises, because these are like quick sailings, they're high energy party atmosphere with back to back sailways and vibrant pool decks. Because let me tell you, those decks are beautiful. Not only the pool, they have like different types of shows and different things that they do. It's always a party vibe on that ship. It's just a party vibe. And when I went on Star and I did the 7 night on Star, that ship is more designed with more open space, like distinct entertainments. Like they have the Back to the Future show there. They have the ice skating Soul. And it's just so many great amenities and different shows to watch, especially the Aqua Theater show, Torque. That is a must see. So the layout of this ship, separates like all the activities, the quiet zone, so you don't feel like you're completely always kind of like rushed, like Utopia might be. Utopia, you feel like, especially when you do those 3 and 4 days, you feel like you just get on the ship and then you're just like off of the ship. Give me 1 second, because I don't know why my screen is so, there we go. Because I feel like all this vibrant thing on here. So that's the difference between one and the other. If we were to talk about the design and the size of the ship, you can say Utopia of the Seas, as you guys know, is an Oasis class. It keeps the traditional, layout with open air, like Central Park, Royal Promenade, all of their pools, in all of the different things. But it also measures 227,000 gross tons. So this ship is big in itself, but when you compare that ship to Star, where Star belongs to a larger record-breaking Icon class, which is 248,000 gross tons, it introduces the revolutionary open layout neighborhoods like Surfside. And I'm going to stop right here when we talk about Surfside. If you have the little kids, they will love Surfside. I haven't seen on this specific icon class, the Star of the Seas, there was so many ducks on that ship. I don't even want to know. There was ducks everywhere. But on Surfside, if your kids or you as an adult love to duck hunt on these ships, Surfside will be the place to visit. So you have the Surfside for the little kids, especially for families, with children. And you have the glass dome, Aqua Dome. Let me tell you, that Aqua Theater, chef's kiss. Loved it. Especially when we were doing the Torque and they have like the circle and all that water comes down and all. They even have a guy that throws himself from the middle of that thing. It was just insane, guys. It's mind-blowing. You guys got to be there to see it. I think that Donnell has been on Star of the Seas. I don't know if she actually got to see the show Torque. When I went on the naming ceremony, we didn't get to see the whole show. And I got to see it this time around, and I fell in love with that show. It was really, really nice. When we talk a little bit about, the attractions and the water features on these two ships, while Utopia of the Seas have 3 water slides, like including the longest dry slide in the sea, which is the Ultimate Abyss, and they have 10 different types of pools and all sorts of different types of slides and things like that. But when I was looking at the Star of the Seas, it features a record-breaking 6 water slides. The Crown Edge Thrill Ride, which is now, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you do it after 5 p.m., it's about $17 and change. That's the charge for the Crown's Edge. And if you do it during the day, it's about $36 or something like that during the day. So it has the Crown Edge right on there. It has 7 pools. It also features the largest ice skating rink at sea, which I did notice that, because when I was looking at it, I said, this looks a little bit bigger than than Utopia. And it's weird because I've been on both, but I never noticed it until like this time around when I went. So that was a little bit really cool to see. Seoul was amazing. Oh, you saw it on the icon. Yeah, it's really good. That show is amazing. Um, when I was there watching the Soul, it was really nice. They have really good music and all the different things that they do. So it was a little bit more different than the Utopia show at on the ice. If I were to choose which one did I like the best, I think that the one in Star, for me, my personal opinion, was the best show for me for the ice skating than the one on Utopia. I don't know if it was because the ice skating rink was a little bit bigger, but they have these guys that come and do all of these kind of like different twirls and different things. You guys are going to see it on the vlogs because I actually, if you guys want to go back to the Star of the Seas vlogs, I actually vlogged them and I did another vlog for this one as well. So you guys can see them there. It was really fantastic. I had an amazing time on that show. It was great. Okay. So when we're talking about the food and the bars between both of these ships, Utopia of the Seas has an exclusive feature, which is the pesky parrot, which Star of the Sea does not have pesky parrot. And Kirk, if you're watching this vlog, or actually this live stream, my manager, Mr. Keith, Mr. Oh my God, Kirk, invited me to Pesky Parrot. He's like, meet me at the Pesky Parrot so I can say hi before I get off the ship. And there was no Pesky Parrot. So that goes to you, Mr. Kirk. So they have the feature of Pesky Parrot and Utopia, which is a nice addition. They removed the bionic bar and they put the pesky parrot there, which it was replaced, during that time. And I know that the bionic bar is being replaced in many other ships, and they're going to put the pesky parrot in there. And it's an immersive, like the Royal Railway dining experience. If you guys have never been on that type of experience, it's about $130 a person. And what happens is a train that you take, you buy this specialty dining meal, and it's a train, and you get to go and visit the Wild West. And they do like it as they're bringing out the courses during that show. I think it's about 90 minutes. You get to interact with the characters that they're playing. This whole character thing on is really cool to do. If you've never done it, I do suggest you at least try it out once. I did it when I went to Utopia, and it was great. I loved it. So this is also coming in to Legends of the Seas, which they're going to have the Royal Railway. But the only thing that I need to figure out, because I haven't read throughout all the legend information, it's if I think they're going to have a different immersive interaction. It's not going to be Wild West. It's going to be something completely different. So just keep that in mind, that some of these ships are getting new things. They replaced it in Ovation as well. That is correct, Donnell. They did replace it in Ovation. So just keep in mind that some of these features, like Icon, does not have certain things that Star has. And now Legends is going to have something that Star doesn't have, which is the Royal Railway dining experience. Now, Star of the Seas features the new specialty spot, like the Lincoln Park Supper Club. That is about a $200 per person dining experience. It is an 8-course meal, and each course comes with their own liquor. So it's eight different variations of, you can say, cosmopolitan shots, margaritas. I don't know what they do there because I've never been to one of those. And then you have an 8-course meal. And they also have the Surfside Eatery for the little ones. Now, if you guys ever go on Star of the Seas, I know that there's probably a lot of people that go on Carnival and they love their Guy Fieri's burger, which I do. I love Guy Fieri. But if you go to base camp on Star of the Seas, which is complimentary, let me tell you guys, those burgers are amazing. And those tater tots are to die for. I went one of the days, guys, and I'm over here. I said, okay, I told my daughter, you know what? I'm going to go get me some tater tots just because we were working in the Aquadome area. And the lady says, well, you have to have a burger with the tater tots. And she gave me another burger, and I'm not going to say no to her. So yeah, here. We ate another burger, even though that I'm trying to lose the weight because I have a wedding that is coming soon. But I was on Star of the Sea, so I was not going to tell her no. I think the Orient Express theme is on Legend. I know something Asia is going to be on Legend, but I wasn't sure. But thank you, Donnell, for that information. I actually talked to Donnell and Jen while I was on Star of the Sea, so we had a lot of talking that during that time. So yeah, that's some of the things on the Surfside part of it. They have the little kids eatery. Like, it's really nice because Surfside, that community, that neighborhood, they have their candy, they have their arcade, they have a lot of food there, and it's all complimentary except for the arcade, guys. If you're gonna bring your kids, make sure you put a little tap on that card, because they can run that card hundreds of dollars, and by the time you know it is late. So they have a lot of cool eating experiences on Star of the Seas. Lots of complimentary. Everything in the Aquadome market is complimentary. You had gyros. You had, I think, Asian food. You had La Cochinita, which had empanadas and sandwiches. It was just great. And oh my God, it was those gyros. They were amazing. So I had a couple of gyros different days, not on the same day, but those are all complimentary on that ship. If I can say in any other royal ship, I think Star has more complimentary that you can try different foods than Utopia would, or the Oasis class. So I don't know if you were to go on one or the other with this information that I'm giving you, which one would you pick? Would you go on Utopia and have a little weekend getaway, or would you go on Star and have a whole full experience? And even though, guys, I was on Star for 7 days, you can't see everything in 7 days. And one of the cool things that we did on Star was the escape room. Guys, we didn't even escape, but we did it. It was great. We had a great team, but we didn't escape. So our time was cut short. Like, it was like 1 hour, and we were like still trying to figure out how to get out of there. Jen, thank you so much for being here. I know that we were just booking away. But let me tell you, we got there. We did the, I think was the diner escape one. There's a diner and then there's another one. And we were almost there ready to escape, but the timer ran off on us because we couldn't get it together. So, but we had an amazing time. It was $49 per person to get that done. So if you are an escape artist, or you like to escape from different things, that you might want to try that in this ship. And it's crazy to know that they have escape rooms on these ships, but yeah, they do have them. They actually have 2 different ones. So you can book them ahead of time, or you can book them while you're at on the ship. I will say, guys, either for Utopia or for Star, when you get on the ship, make sure that you book all of your, your shows, your entertainment, anything like that, because you can't do that anymore on the actual website. Sometimes it lets you do it and sometimes it doesn't. But keep in mind that as soon as you get on board, you want to do that first. Get all your shows and all, because a lot of people book. And one thing that I will say, and it was kind of funny because I met a lot of different people on the ship. And in Costa Maya, I remember we were walking, me and my daughter were walking the port. And one lady was talking in Spanish. She was like, yeah, we're not going to be able to see that show because it was booked. And I really liked it. And me, I talk to everybody. So I turn around as a travel advisor. We always do this. And I turn around and said, yeah, you can. And she looked at me and I said, I'm sorry, I overheard your conversation, but I just trying to help you out. You can go to any of the shows, just do a standby and you will move right along. So she saw me like on Cozumel Day. And she's like, I just wanted to say thank you. I actually watched the show. I did what you did and it worked perfectly. Like, a lot of people didn't show up. And I said, yeah, it always happens. So just keep in mind that if there's a reservation time that you want to see the show, but it's booked, you can always book your reservation for another day or another time, but you can always go on that time, stand in the standby line, and you can get in with no problem. So just keep that in mind, because that's a little tip for you guys. for the information. So okay, so if you choose Utopia, you have a long weekend. There's a nonstop energy and one excellent value for the short getaways. And that's if you choose Utopia. If you choose Star, you are taking a full week, want brand new amenities, and I prefer more open resort design for a true family vacation. So just keep that in mind that, when you're choosing these two, they have different things. They have different vibes, you can say, on each ships. And neither of the ships are one better than the other, but they cater entirely different types of vacations. So Utopia of the Seas is the ultimate high energy party ship, like I told you, and it's designed specially for like 3 and 4 weekends. And then you got the Star, which is the Icon class, and is built to relax week-long family vacation with expansive layouts and massive water parks. Let me tell you guys, if you don't want to get off the ship, like let's say if you're going on Star and you don't want to get off the ship, Star can be your not only your ship but also your destination, because that ship has just so much to do. And if you're tired of stopping by at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, guess what, guys? You got the Hideaway Beach and you got the water park on the ship. You really don't have to go to the island to enjoy those two amenities. Now, if you really like the vibes at Hideaway Beach at Perfect Day, then yeah, I suggest then, you get off the ship and then you buy your day's pass and you enjoy that, obviously. But if you're just wanting to really, truly immerse yourself on Star of the Seas and really enjoy it, then that is the best thing to do, not getting off on the ports and just enjoying it for what it is, because it has a lot to offer. So if you choose Utopia of the Seas, you want to, like I said, you want a quick weekend getaway. Utopia is one of those ships that is kind of like fast. Like you get on the ship and then you feel like you got it. Don't even unpack. There's no need to unpack. Just take a backpack, I don't know, like a little carry-on, and just leave everything there, because it's going to be a flash. So if you like high energy, like party vibes, this ship is famous for that. It has nonstop pool parties, high energy atmosphere, and a social momentum. And you're looking over it like you could save some money. The total trip cost is significantly cheaper than Star of the Seas, since you're paying, for fewer nights as well and less port expenses. If you prefer a classic family layouts, then you follow the traditional, if you love the Oasis class layout featuring like the Central Park, the Royal Promenade neighborhoods, then that will be the ship to go. For those of you that don't know, Star of the Seas eventually, I think within a year or two, is going to be transitioning to 7 days, because there's a new ship coming to town. So she's going to be transitioning to a 7 days. So if you really, really like Utopia, then you might want to enjoy it like on a full 7 day down the road. I'm not sure what dates, they haven't discussed that, but that is coming down the road. But if you choose Star of the Seas, then obviously you're going to be doing like a 7 night to either Eastern or Western in the Caribbean. And you're also going to be traveling with kids. That ship is mainly for family, guys. Just keep that in mind. Even though that it has its hideaway part in the back, which is all adults, no children are allowed in there unless you're 18 or over. But this ship is for young families, featuring the Surfside neighborhood. That's really what they sell there. And the massive Category 6 water park, which has 6 water slides compared to the Utopia that it only has 3. If you want more modern open layout, this is the ship for you. It feels much more open, separating the high energy areas from the quiet zones. And let me tell you guys, I was there for 7 days and not once I saw like a big crowd of people in one area. The ship is very well dispersed. You feel like, you don't feel like tight or anything, unless it's like a party on the promenade. Then obviously you're going to have gazillion people there. But then after the show is done and everybody is dispersed again, it's like, you can walk the promenade back and forth with no problems. Not a lot of like high intensity of people in different zones. And that's one of the things that I love about Royal, how they built their products, because you feel like you can just, go with the flow, and you don't feel like a lot of people in one same section and trying to get through people to get to different areas. Welcome in, Miss Samara Brown. How you doing? Margot, welcome in. Hello from, I don't know if you were in Alaska, Margot, but hello, hello. You're getting on the train to Whittier. Oh, look at you. Getting on Island Princess to Vancouver. Oh my God. Yes, I did survive the 3 day princess sale. We just had the 3 day princess sale. It was crazy. But you know what? I was on the ship and I was booking, and that's all, I worked that day like a whole 10 hours, I think. But we blew through that like if it was no problem. So that's one of the different things about Star and Utopia that I wanted to bring to you guys today. I wanted to give you kind of like that information because I just got off of it, and I'm like, okay, on Tuesday, like, what do I want to talk about? And I said, you know what? I got off of these 2 ships and they're fresh on my mind. And I wanted to bring that information out to you just in case, if whether you're watching the live stream right now or you're watching it on the replay or down in the future, at least it gives you some information as to, these 2 different types of ship. It was my first time, guys, that I've ever got off of a ship and then really like a couple of days later got onto another one. So that was very different for me. I felt very weird because I came home like I would say maybe 4 days or maybe 3, I don't know. And then I was back on another ship. It was crazy. I had to leave my husband Martin behind because, he works. But hopefully one day in the future, we can travel everywhere together. That will be my goal thing to do. So if you want more pool options, make sure that you spread out. The pool setup is designed to give like guests more choices across the ship because Star of the Seas has about 8 pools, but I do know that I think Utopia has about 10, if I'm not mistaken. So, and they have these weird like Star. I don't know if you guys have been on. Well, I don't think Icon has it. Where the lime and coconut is, there's actually like a huge, like, how do you call it? A jacuzzi tub. There it is. It fits like about 20, 30 people at least. I don't know why they put it there in the middle, like by the lime and coconut. I don't think that Icon has it. I think that Star has it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Donnell and Jen, but I don't think that Icon has by the lime and coconut that big, huge jacuzzi pool. But Star has, and I don't think Icon doesn't have this, is the swim and tonic where it's for the adults only. And I'm going to stop it right there because I should have taken a picture and put it here so you guys can see it. When I pass a couple of times by that swim and tonic area, the pool is small and it's kind of like a swim up bar where you can purchase your liquor and all of that and enjoy the little pool area. It was so many people there. It was crazy. It was like massive pack. I'm like, how are those people in that pool? All of them next to each other together. It was just crazy how the amounts of people inside of that little pool. But they were having a good time. As long as you're having a good time, that's what you want. Then, kudos to you guys. Let me see. My dad is going to Chicago in a few days with just a school bag. Wonder why I travel solo. Can you do a back-to-back next time? Actually, Samara, next month, I have a big surprise for the channel. I'm not going to announce it here, but next month I have a big surprise. I was actually invited to tour a ship. I'm not going to tell you what ship it is or where I'm going, but I will be vlogging that ship. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a live stream because it's a tour. And I cannot wait. When they send me the email, I jumped on it and I said, I have to do it. I just got to do it because this is something that we don't have on this channel. And I'm like, I am beyond super happy for this opportunity. So that's going to be coming next month. And so stay tuned for that vlog. Swim and tonic is ridiculous. Never go here. It was crazy, Donnell. It was so packed. You feel like you were like, I'm like, how are these people having a good time? And then they have really good music playing. So I guess that's what, and I guess everybody's all liquored up and you don't really care who's next to you or whatever, but it was crazy. I don't know if it's related to you, Samara. All I know is that I got the invite and I is going. I am going. I am excited. I'm ecstatic. It is a new ship for this channel. That's all I'm going to say. So you got to stay tuned. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm not going to spill the beans out there. I'm just super excited. I got invited and I can't wait to go see the ship and vlog it and bring it to Travel Adventures. So one of the cool things that we did while we watched when we went on the ship on Star of the Seas, we got an invitation. We got an invitation for Kuza Beach and Adventure in Cozumel, and there's a vlog that is going to be coming for that soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys to see what Kuza Beach has to offer. I'm super excited and I can't wait to actually show you guys, Kuza Beach and all the cool things that we did. So keep an eye on all the vlogs. There's a lot of vlogs coming down the road. Right now, we're still in World America, putting in all the different vlogs of the different things that we did as a travel advisor. And then we did like two parts. So morning was travel advisor. Then the next day was whether Roatan or wherever we stopped. So there's going to be a 2-part for it. So if you're not interested in the travel advisor part, then you can come back the next Thursday and watch the other ones. But there's about, I don't even know how many already up there. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out. If you want to know a little bit more about Utopia, maybe I have a vlog in Utopia, the whole ship tour and cabin tour. The same thing for Star of the Seas. We have a full ship tour and cabin tour. One of the things that we're going to talk about Legends of the Seas, because that's the next ship that is coming. I actually did this. Hold on, let me look it up, because I actually took a picture of this while I was on Star of the Seas. And I actually, if you guys want, let me know. I can put in for the shows and their hours on either on YouTube or on Facebook. I can post the shows hours so that you can see what the shows, what times, what's going on. It's kind of like, let me see. It's kind of like something like this where they have all the shows. I took a picture of that for you guys. So I was going to post it on the channel. And it gives you guys the opportunity to see like all the different types of shows and what times and what to do. When is the white party? The price is right and all of that. Let me stop it right here, guys, because we're going to talk about the Price is Right. Guys, I was disappointed. Royal, what are you guys doing? I went on Prima. Martine, was it Prima that we did Price is Right? Okay, I went on Prima on NCO. Martine is back there. Martine, just peek real quick and say hello to everybody. There he is. He's working. Hello, everybody. I went on Prima, and the Price is Right is the actual game show. Like they call your name and you go doing the down thing, dancing and doing all the good stuff over there. And then you do the show just like the Price is Right. Guys, I go on Royal and I see the Price is Right. I'm excited. They even give you the little name tags. If you don't believe me, go to the vlogs. The vlogs are all there from Prima, and you can see the little name tag with my name. It was like the show. So I'm telling my daughter, oh my God, this Price is Right. We got to go check it out. They're going to put your name. They're going to call you down and you're going to do the whole dance thing. If they call you, blah, blah, blah. We get there, no name tag. They say, scan this code. So we scan the code. You got to pay to play. So it's $20 for one. They give you like 5 chances to win a car. So 1 chance for $20, 2 chances for $30, and 5 chances for $50. And then you can play along. And then it's kind of like when you're playing a game and they ask a question, whoever they put in let's say they put in a watch, like an app, like an iWatch up there. And they said, how much is the closest bid? So you bid on your phone. And if you're the closest, actually, some lady actually was on the spot. She got it right there on the money. So if you're the closest bid, then they call you down to play the game, right? and you go and you do your thing, blah blah blah, and they bring you down, you play your game, and you can win money. So they did the Plinko game, and the guy, he played the Plinko. I think he got like $150, and so they gave him a $150 onboard credit or whatever, however which way they do it. But the fact that you got to pay to play, it just blew me away, because I was thinking like NCL when we went to Prima, that you play the game and they actually have the actual wheel and everything. This one, it was all digital. It was different. So it made the game a little bit different. It was okay. I still had a good time, because you watch the people get all excited, running down the aisle and all of that stuff. So that was really cool. But yeah, Royal, come on now. Like, we gotta pay to play. It's kind of like a bingo game, or what is that there? What was that game, Martine, that they play with the cars there, with the little oh my God, I forgot what the name of it all is. You know that game that they play, Martine, that they give you like a card and they have like these cases in the wall, and you have to figure out where the money's at. So it's kind of something like that, but the price is right. So just keep in mind that if you're going to the Price is Right on start of the season, you want to be part of the game, you're going to have to at least pay $20 to do so. They didn't win the car. That's all I'm going to say. They didn't win the car. I don't know if anybody has won the car. If you guys have heard of something like that, put it in the comments. I've never heard of anybody winning the car, but that's something really cool to do on Star of the Seas. Deal or no deal. Thank you, Donnell. I know it was something crazy like that. So on this ship, so they have the headliner show, they have Torque, they have the adult comedy live, and they have Caribbean night dance party, a tribute concert to the tribute journey starting the DSB. They have Soul. They also have the Back to the Future show. They have the Love and Marriage, which it was really funny. Show band live. Then they have the Silent Party Disco, the Millennium Mania Dance Party. They have the Mic Drop Ultimate Sing Along Royal Promenade, the Let's Dance Party, the White Hot Fiesta Latin Party. They have let me see what else they have. The Price is Right. So those are all the different types of shows that they have on board. And so let me see what else. Hey, how you doing, Bill? How is everything with you, sir? So they have Back to the Future, Torque, Soul, Create. That's a new one. Create, which is really cool. The headliner. I really like the headliner. It was Take Face show. It was really good. I really had a good time watching his show. They have The Price is Right, and then they have the tribute concert to the Journey starting DSB, and the Royal Comedians, which was Jim Colton this past week, Simone, and Tyrone Hawkins. It was the people that were there. So, but yeah, it was a really nice trip altogether. I can't complain either or. But on Legends, they're gonna have a Hollywood show on Legends, which is the $200 dinner show, and this one is Lincoln Park. The other one is going to be a Hollywood theme. They're also going to bring the Royal Railway train to Legend. Like Donnell said, it's probably like an Asian type of vibe on that one. So keep in mind that these two ships, all these ships have something different, and more than likely Hero is probably going to have something completely different than Legends is going to have. So they always try to excuse me, do something new and different for each ship, so that, think about it, you don't want the same thing that is in one ship on the other. So at least that, you have different opportunities to try all the different Icon class or the Oasis class. I think that on Oasis, I've been on Utopia, I've been on Wonder, I've been on Harmony. For the Oasis class, I think those are the only ones that I've been. And on the Ovation class, I've only been on Odyssey of the Seas. And on Icon, I've only done Star so far. and I'm scheduled to going back to Legends in November. So in November, I'll be for the naming ceremony on that ship. So it's going to be great and fantastic. Can't wait to see Legends of the Seas. Even though that it's going to be like a 4 day, I think it's a 4 day trip what we have going on, but it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing the ship. I want to see what differences they have from Star and Legend on there for that ship. But I don't know, which ones do you guys prefer? Do you prefer, I know that Scott said that he prefer the Oasis class. Are you more of an Oasis class person, or a Freedom class person, or Icon class? And you know that eventually, I think that they already started the Discovery class on Royal, which is going to be a little bit smaller than Oasis. I think they're going to start doing smaller ships to eventually ease out of the older ships that they have. See, Bill is an Oasis class. Those Oasis class ships are great. And your mystery activity. I know I have a mystery activity. Thank you for letting me know, Samara. I actually have a mystery activity in November, which is going to be a surprise for everybody in the channel. So you guys have to wait till then. It'll be an announcement down the road about that. So right now, yeah, it's going to be a mystery. But thank you, Samara, for that. I'm off-season type of person. I know you go in November, but that's a good thing. Smaller than Oasis is not small, but it's going to be smaller because I don't know what the size of it all is, but I think they're going to be replacing some of the older ships on there. I think it's called the Discovery class on there, and I believe that they already started building the first one. I think I could be wrong, but I think I read it that they're already starting to build the first one. So it's going to be great, guys. It's just good. There's a lot of ships coming down on here. I actually have this announcement for you guys.
Good afternoon, everybody. We've got an exciting group cruise announcement for you. This time around, it's going to be a very special occasion, as we have managed to get an invite to the inaugural sailing of the one and only MSC World Atlantic. This time around, we'll be sailing out from Port Canaveral in Orlando, Florida on November 13th, 2027. From there, the ship will be docking at Nassau in the Bahamas on the 14th and MSC's private Ocean Cay Marine Reserve on the 15th. After that, there'll be a relaxing day at sea where you can be one of the first people to explore this lovely new ship. On the 17th, they'll be docking in Cozumel, Mexico, followed by Costa Maya in Mexico on the 18th. From there, a single day at sea will be taking you back to Orlando to conclude the inaugural sailing. Be sure to book your cabins quick, as inaugurals like this tend to sell out really fast. You can contact us at jagonzalez@expediacruises.com or call us directly at 813-608-2935. We hope to see you on board with us.
Well, there you guys have it. I hope to see you guys on board. I know we have a lot of people going on this cruise. I still have about 20 something cabins left to go. So if you're interested in coming along in the Travel Adventures World Atlantic inaugural sailing, let me know. I was hoping Royal was going to make ships the size of Edge class with Discover class. Me too. I was hoping that they will be, but it's not. It's just a little bit smaller than the Oasis class ship. And I think it's because a lot of people have been wanting smaller ships than the big ones. It's kind of strange, Donnell, because a lot of my clients are like, I don't want to go on Star, but then eventually they end up going on one of those Icon class and then they love it. So it's kind of like weird. And this time around, like when we were there last week, there was a lot of kids, but it's because it's summertime, like it's the beginning of summer. So there was a lot of kids on this ship. And it was, even though that there was a lot of kids, it was great because we still had a great time. Like the kids really didn't bother at all. But because of the only thing that it was a little bit on a letdown, where Playmakers is, I think that Royal needs to remove Playmakers from that area, maybe put it on a different part of the ship, because this is what happens. Playmaker on Star, and I believe on Icon, it's on decks 6, if I'm not mistaken, on the back of the ship. It is right next to Circle C, where the 13 to 17-year olds are. And when you're sitting, whether you're sitting to have a nice, meal there, or just to enjoy like a Coke or a drink or whatever, these kids are going back and forth, back and being loud and obnoxious. People, keep an eye on your children, because there was a little girl, and I should tell Jeffy to leave it on the vlog. I was vlogging the area, and there was a little girl, and she saw that I was vlogging, and she just screamed. It was, I thought that something had happened to her, but they were just joking because I was vlogging and she was being obnoxious. And some other adults, I don't know if the camera caught it, some other adults just yell at them. And I said, you guys need to keep it down. Like, what is wrong with you guys? There was no need for that. And it was just crazy. But I think that because Playmakers on Icon class is, you have the Playmakers, then you have the Circle C on the back, then you have the ice skating ring right next to it. So it's all in one area, compared to the Oasis class that is on the boardwalk, and it's an open area, and all of that. And even though the people go back and forth, that area is huge. But for Playmakers to be in that specific area, horrible. Royal Caribbean, get it out of there if you're watching this. And I'm going to send an email to somebody that I know on Royal and let them know to move that thing someplace else, because that design, like Donnell said, it just does not work for Playmakers. It does not work for Playmakers. And if you're ever on Star, on Icon, or Legends, you guys will see it, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's right. It doesn't work, because you cannot have all these massive kids between 13 and 17 just parading back and forth, being loud and obnoxious while you're trying to have a meal or watch because right now, as the FIFA was going on, and that place was packed. When I said we went there to have some wings and some cookies and a drink, we couldn't even make it in because that's how packed it was. And then you try to having the kids come in parading back and forth, made it even worse. So that was like a little bit of a bad experience in that perspective. I wish that Playmakers would have been like kind of like on the boardwalk side or something like that, where they can, it will be in a better position for it. It would have been great. It probably would have done so much better on that. But whoever put Playmakers out there, I don't know what you all were thinking, because that place does not function properly for where it's at. And I think unless you take the kids Circle C or whatever it's called over there in Royal, if you can take that area, the kids area, out of there and leave Playmakers there, then it will be great, because the only other thing that you are walking to is just the ice skating show. But the problem is that adventure park for the kids is back there, so they have to go through it. So that's the only thing that I would say that Royal needs to actually change. And if they can move that out of there, we are in great standings with Playmakers. That was the only downfall that I can see on Star of the Seas. One of my negative things was Playmakers, and it was the area where it was. Everything else I think is great position where it is. I really like that the ice skating rink is a little bit bigger than the Oasis class, so that was great. I really like that it has all the different types of water park adventure there for the kids, because it's a ship where family and children go. Enjoy that the Crown's Edge pricing is a good price. I find that it's a really good price. Like I said, it's $36 during the day, and then after 5 o'clock is $17. So if you want to save a little bit of money and you still want to enjoy the Crown's Edge, then do it after 5 o'clock, and then you pay $17 for it. And I think that's a really good thing to have. Something, it gives the kids something to, and it's weird because more adults were doing it than the kids. It's just crazy, but it was really nice to see. Sometimes the kids enjoying their vacation and stuff like that. I'm all for the kids, to enjoy. But I do find that sometimes, us as parents, we need to keep an eye on our children, because you might be having a great time someplace else on the ship, and your kids are disturbing somebody else is paying all this money to go on this trip. Like I said, I'm gonna see when Jeff D does the editing. I might just leave it there so you can see what I'm talking about. It was crazy, but other than that, I think that Royal did a really good job with their icon class ships. I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed, the Utopia part of it. I'm used to the Oasis class more than Icon. And that ship is massive, let me tell you, because when I love celebrity, guys, and this was funny because I traveled with my daughter, and I'm sorry because I just noticed that I was just all over the place there. But when I traveled with my daughter Jalik, so she came from North Carolina, we got off the ship, and Celebrity Beyond was right next to us. And I'm like, oh my God, I love, you guys know I love Celebrity. When I see my poor little Celebrity Beyond next to the Star of the Seas, that little thing looks so little. I don't know if I have a picture of her. It looks so little. I was like, oh my God, like what happened? Like, where did the ship go? It was crazy how little. Let me see if I have a picture. It was just crazy how little it looked. And my daughter was laughing. She goes, oh my God, I didn't think that this ship was that massive. And yeah, guys, that ship is massive. Let me see if I find a picture, because I took a couple of pictures. I don't think, oh, here it is. It's a little video, but you see, that's that. Look at the icon next to the Beyond. It is crazy, guys. Crazy how big that ship is. That thing is massive. Hey, how are you, Mike and Tracy? How you guys doing? That ship is just massive big. So just keep that in mind, that if you love Celebrity, you love Beyond, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going on a big ship. That ship is little tiny little bit next to the Star of the Seas or the Icon class. I was shocked to see that. I was like, okay, Beyond is there. It's a big ship. Nope. She towers over Celebrity for sure. So we had a really good time on this trip. I have to give thanks to Kuza Beach and Adventure for inviting us over. I did a collaboration with them. You guys are going to see it later down the road, because I got to send the video over to Kuza, and they're going to, verify it before I put it up. So once you see it up is because everything is good and dandy. So thank you, Kuza Beach and Adventure Park, for inviting us to check out your place. We had a great time. If you guys never been, I've been to Sancho's and Paradise. And let me tell you, Kuza is something different. It is something different. I'm not going to spoil everything, but you guys got to check out that video when I put it up. I had an amazing time, a lot of stuff to do there. And for the price, it was great. I didn't pay anything because we got invited. Let me tell you, they picked us up. We tried everything on the park. It was all on them. So I was very happy. Very nice, courteous people that I work with in Kuza Beach and Adventure Park. So, but that's coming down the road. So stay tuned for that video. It was a lot of fun. So if you're actually too much walking at Kuza for my old self, actually they have Mike, they have how do you call it, trolleys to take you from side to side. So I don't feel that I did a lot of walking on there. It was very nice how they have everything set up. But yeah, you guys gonna see some footage on that, some vlogs coming for Kuza Beach. I actually put some stuff on my Facebook. I think it was on YouTube. And I have a YouTube short from over there, a little snippet from there. And it was very, very nice. I really had a really good time in Cozumel, Mexico. Like always, Mexico is amazing. I love Mexico. Always a good time in Cozumel. I've never been to Cozumel that I have not had a good time. It's always been a pleasure to go check out Cozumel, talk to the locals. We usually go and check out the same people and eat at the same places because, we're used to Cozumel. Just like Mike, and he's always going to Cozumel. He actually goes by plane, if I'm not mistaken, but he also does the ship and he loves it. So yeah, don't be afraid to go into Cozumel and enjoying your time. Don't believe everything you see on the TV, because Cozumel was amazing. We went to Cozumel, Martin and I, back in April on our anchor. And actually, you're probably going to see those vlogs coming in soon. We visited Chichen Itza and we had an amazing time over there. And it was great. It was great. Try staying on the island. I'm gonna have to probably do that one day. Mike, I'll let you know, because I have mentioned to you that we got to figure out to do something together, to go to Cozumel together, because I know you've been there more than I have been. I've only been there by cruise, and maybe we could go together and hang out, and you can show me a little bit about the island. Even though the Cozumel is like what, 4 miles wide or whatever, it's not like if you're gonna get lost in Cozumel. But if you want to do more, you can go to the actual island, and which is, you take like a ferry. It's about a 45-minute ferry to take you to the mainland, and then you can really see Mexico, really like for what it is, which is amazing over there as well. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are having a great time. You hopefully that this live stream brought you more information about Utopia and Star. And yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow we have an Across the Wave show. Let me see where we're going to be tomorrow. Hold on. Usually I write it down so I won't forget. But tomorrow, our Across the Wave show is going to be the port of Seattle, because we're going to revisit that port in Seattle. So that will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we get to see you back here tomorrow at 8. And yeah, we're going to see what else we can get into. In the meantime, we have the show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thursdays is when I drop the vlog at 7 p.m. for you guys. And we got a special date planned for Tracy's Day, end of March 2027. Send me the details on a message. I need to see if I can make it on March. I don't have anything planned for that for March yet. Send me the details and I'll let you know for sure, Mike. If we could, I would love to go celebrate whatever you're celebrating with Miss Tracy. And when you see Tracy, give her a big hug from me and tell her that I love her a whole lot. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for being here. I love you guys all to the moon and back. And I had a great time with you guys today. I miss you guys. I truly missed you guys. I said, I got to go back and do my live stream. I'm missing my people. But may God bless each and every one of you guys. Please take care. And I will see you guys again mañana at 8 p.m. for our show on Across the Wave from the Port of Seattle. And yeah, if you're cruising anytime this week, have an amazing cruise. Please be safe. Have a ton of fun. Live life to the fullest, guys. Live life to the fullest. Good night. Love you, Bill. Take care. Love you, Donnell, Jen, the Queen of Disney. And let me see, Mike, Tracy, and Margot that was here, and everybody else that do not comment on the show. Guys, I love you guys all to the moon and back. Love you guys. Toodaloo. Hasta mañana. Bye. Toodaloo. I guess I didn't close it. Bye. Let me end the stream.